And welcome back to part 2 of M&A's Excellent Adventures Tier List Edition.
Yeah, it's
Last
like,
we checked, we had a handful of excellence, a few A's. We're not trying to grade ourselves super nicely here. Quite a few B's, moderate amount of C's for like mid episodes, and then we had a few stinkers thrown in there.
We did have a few stinkers.
So if you were curious about which ones those were, and you don't remember what we were talking about, make sure to check out our previous part 1, where we cover episodes 1 through episodes 50. But before we do that, Michael, anything you want to talk about from the previous episode that we did?
Yes, actually. So I think it's a testament, at least to the way that we view our content. I think from this point forward, we're going to be seeing a lot more higher.
You were saying that when we finished recording the last episode.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we had a total wardrobe change. So, clearly separate day.
Yeah.
We vaguely remember what we did last time, but that was about a week ago. But by the time you see this, you're going to be like, why did you change outfits? And it's because, well,
we need to keep the illusion alive.
Oh, yeah. Keep the illusion alive.
Right, exactly.
By killing it right in front of you. So that's basically, you last time were talking about how you think you're going to see a lot better episodes. I have a feeling that you're going to think so. There's a couple in here that, I don't know. I feel like we've overall got a little bit better over the next year, because we had the first year.
Sure.
And this is year 2 that we're covering right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I think once...
Maybe I'm judging, being a little prejudiced here, but...
Oh, maybe. But I think once we got into our first, studio, we introduced the PowerPoint structure. We added more to it. I personally think our quality skyrocketed.
We got some audio texture going on. We have a cool guy with his bike rolling by. So, wow. He's really cool.
It reminds me of the times when we could hear the church
underneath us. Or the trains passing by, too. There was one time for a different episode on a different show, Outcast, make sure to check us out, link below, where in the middle of us recording like a super serious bit, a train came by, and I kid you not, just kept dinging whistling for at least 15 minutes.
That's so
I had to
annoying.
cut all of that out. It sucked.
That is terrible.
Yeah. Anyways, Truck Bros wrapping up there, so that's cool.
Yeah,
nice.
That's good. That's awesome. Good. But yeah, like I was saying, I just think once there was a little bit more structure, I feel like, even though our first year we felt like we caught a groove, there was also a lot of changing stages. We went from sharing a microphone to having separate microphones to having a separate recording space
to having a PowerPoint too.
To video, and then the PowerPoint. And but I think our PowerPoint era through our Zoom era,
I think that enhanced the storytelling.
I think it enhanced the storytelling, and I think it allowed us to illustrate. It allowed the host to illustrate the point more, which I think allowed for more room to play in.
That's a good point. That horn is the cherry on top of this fucking thing right now. I think they're leaving. I think they're home and they're here to stay.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of it.
Yeah, it's a permanent thing.
If you didn't hear any of that, happy for you, but we certainly did. Anyways, so what were we talking about?
So just kind of talking about, last episode compared to this episode and everything. What are your thoughts going into part 2 of our ranking episode?
After thinking about it for the last 2 minutes, maybe I was a bit too harsh. And I think perhaps after you've made that argument, we might see a few more A-tier episodes. Definitely. Well, we have more guests too. And those are always my favorites. So we might see a few more excellent tiers. But
I think so.
I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's dive in right now. Michael.
Anthony.
Let's Tear me a story. Did it twice in a row and you still missed it. All right. So let's start with episode 51.
Let's do it.
So this is basically after our first year. We're 1 year into podcasting.
Yep.
And we have the beautiful episode Wizards and Keg Lords. And I remember this one. I don't know if you do.
Oh, yes.
But episode 51. we have Pelt the Wizard, and he felt left out of King Chadley's kegger. So he seeks revenge with his partner, Steve, the Dreamweaver. And I remember this is the first episode where, I wiggled my arms because I thought that made me look wizard-like. I didn't know what a wizard did, and I realized that we're on camera. We're still figuring out camera stuff.
Yes.
So I did this little thing the entire episode. My arms were
I'm sure they
exhausted
were
at the
so
end
tired.
of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun episode, though. Trying to figure out, I played Steve, and being a Dreamweaver was so trying to kind of figure out what that was.
Yeah.
And that character. I think by the end of it, I like he had very like sexually depraved energy.
Yes, he almost felt like he enjoyed being stepped on.
Yeah,
by
that was very much the vibe. I decided to land on that character.
I forgot about that. Yeah. That was good. That was good. I thoroughly enjoy remembering that at least. So that's good. I honestly good at pretty fun.
Yeah,
nice to look back on. It was a sequel to one of our first few episodes.
Early one, King Chadley and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
So,
can you think of? I mean, how would you rate this at this point? Or is there anything else you want to contribute before you rate this bad boy?
A little bit. I mean, it's just nice to see some more connections to the multiverse theory, or just like sequels and tying in things. In that episode, I think you made King Chadley's dick disappear to punish him.
I did. I thought, what's the worst thing to happen to a Chad?
And at the end in our discussion, it was very just like, just give me my dick back, man. And so I think there's real good highlights.
There's room for a B right there.
That's what I'm thinking. B is where I was going with that too. Yeah.
All right. So
good
back
B.
in action tier list, we got episode 51, B, solid B, above average, not quite A. Not near excellent, but way better than a C or a D. So
then we got, episode 52 would be the next one. The customer gets it wrong. We're all familiar with that one, aren't we?
I think your description, I can't tell if maybe, did you write this description?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know, honestly.
I might have written this one. I don't think the description did us any justice here. Do you remember what this episode was?
Vaguely. It was...
did we say what it was? Episode 52?
Yep, the customer gets it wrong. The customer isn't always right, and sometimes the consequences can be dire.
Okay.
All I remember about this episode is you and I were playing like truck stop attendees or something like that, and we just had like this like super aggressive or like really Karen customer that we had to deal. I know there's a fly that's just
fucking fly
all in our business. But,
all right, whatever.
But so it's kind of just another situational piece of us just like dealing with a terrible person. And that was kind of all it was. I don't think there was anything really else to it.
I don't think there's anything notable, and personally I have a feeling it's probably like a D tier.
I'd give it a D.
It's forgettable.
Honestly.
Right, so episode 52 we got D. Bad. So then that leads us to episode 53, Save the Date. 3 out of this world contestants try to win Anthony's heart.
I
remember this one. I remember
really
this one
enjoyed
because one of the contestants was like Aladdin or something.
It was Aladdin, Anakin Skywalker, and Greg Marcus.
Greg Marcus.
Those are the three.
That's what it was.
And that
of Marcus Theaters fame.
Yes. That one was really fun because like it was a game. I was like, I wanted to try something new. And so it was like, by the end of it, you had to guess who the 3 contestants were.
I remember
and you nailed each one.
I get that. I got that. I can't remember who I probably ran off with Greg, knowing me.
You probably did.
I probably ran off with Greg. I don't remember exactly who it was.
I'm almost certain you ran off with
I always enjoy the more interactive ones, like the ones that aren't just a full story, but kind of more improv-y.
Yeah.
It was like the game Party Quirks, where you're trying to figure out which character the person's playing.
Yeah.
Playing with 2 people is not nearly as fun as a whole bundle of people, but I remember thoroughly enjoying this one. So I got to give it a solid like C+,
I'm
B-.
saying, I'd throw it in a B.
Throw it in a B?
It's a little different, shakes it up a bit
Episode
too.
50.
So
we got B.
Boom.
B. So then that takes us to episode 54.
Cowboys and Catboys.
Yes. I enjoy this one.
Love this episode. Danny Steely, sharpshooter extraordinaire, goes on an epic adventure discovering an artifact that will change this universe and others forever.
Oh yeah.
Which is a really good description. Actually,
Well,
but this episode is. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. It's super memorable. It was so much fun recording this episode because you busted out this little fake cat nose
yes.
for me to wear.
I made this story because this was filmed or must have been just after Halloween or something like that. And I had a cat nose from a costume I made, and I just thought, well, what am I going to use this for again? I guess I'll just make a story and then pop this out in the middle of the episode.
it was amazing. It was so fun to play this like gunslinger or whatever with a fake cat nose on the whole time. Just a fun
That was
episode.
A good one.
It
that
was so much fun.
I enjoyed that. I think I laughed one of the hardest times during that episode because A, it was ridiculous. It was silly. But B, I was going to transform, the antagonist is going to transform into like this giant beast. And before I could get there, you said, nope. And you just shot me because you're just like, nope. I think it's something like, you're about to meet your mate. Or
Yeah,
you go, no,
and I'm like,
boom.
boom. I was like, so I take out my gun and shoot you in the head. I was
took
like,
me out.
I know where that's going. I forgot about that. That
breaks the ultimate improv rule of never say no, and you just shot that whole thing down. So you're just like, yeah, we're done with this. So yeah,
that was
cracked me up thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's for me, I gotta throw it in an A just because of it's goofy and silly all
sure,
around.
I'll give it an A.
Or
I'll give it an A plus.
That's too nice. B plus.
Okay, I would give it an A.
You give it an A? Okay, fine. I'll give it an A then.
Yeah, I just think that the moment of shooting you, I forgot about, but like it was just very fun. And maybe it could have been more fun for me. Like Danny Steely was just such a fun person to play. So I just had a blast filming that episode.
Okay. We'll throw it
like
in
an A minus.
A minus. We'll just go solid A minus.
Sure.
Give it a 92%.
Also, that was our very first episode in the studio.
Was it?
Yeah.
Weird. I guess it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were figuring out that was when we started the PowerPoint
yep,
thing.
That was our very first
PowerPoint.
Let's figure, and
yeah. Interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because that totally changes the energy of I was trying to explain if we have a PowerPoint and I remember you not being the most fond of having a PowerPoint at the beginning because you didn't really understand what it was going to look like.
Right. Yeah. And then once we got,
and now
it,
you're way more into PowerPoint than I fucking am.
More into it.
If you look at mine, I'm just like transition, whatever. And you throw in sound effects. And I got to step up my PowerPoint game. But I remember you fighting me on that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad we went through with it. It was good. It was a good app.
100%. So then let's take it to episode 55, Office Crispin Party. And this was, before we jump too deep into this, right after this episode, we started talking about episode 100 and what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up is just because we were doing a lot of random multiverse stuff building up to 55. And then we had this conversation afterwards of we should throw in a couple more loose end stories that kind of don't fit into the multiverse thing to help make it more accessible. But the reason why this popped in my head is just because episode 55, it ends on a big cliffhanger. And we didn't really revisit this until more recently, I don't think. Because Office Crispin Party, we have Crispin and Aspen, and they attend their ex-work's Christmas party. So they got fired from the sex toy store.
Yep.
And they went to the Christmas party because they received an invitation for it. And everyone's like, how did you receive this invitation? And they go through some antics, and they eventually get recruited by the faceless NASCAR driver.
Yes.
Everybody at the Christmas party is taking bets on this raceway, and they're taking office bets, and then there's a huge explosion on one of the cars, and then he turns magical or ethereal.
Yeah.
The driver or something, right? And then he pops into Crispin and Aspen's workplace, and they go, hey, you need to join my league of
Yeah,
trying
and
to
only
take down a very mysterious evil power.
yeah, and only Aspen joins.
Only Aspen joins.
Crispin does not. He goes to be an Elmo taking
impersonator.
pictures. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He lives the high life.
Yeah.
And that's a whole origin story right there. So
Right.
previously mentioned, if you missed it before, we had we have Elmo, Street Elmo from Times Square all over various episodes, and yeah, that's the origin of that one. Is he his best friend, his roommate, his life partner leaves, and he just becomes a Elmo impersonator in Times Square, which is a noble profession.
Absolutely.
I couldn't do that. I'm very proud of the people who can, and I will tip you $1,000 if you're the best Elmo impersonator.
You heard it here first. He'll tip you $1,000 if you impersonate Elmo and take a picture.
$1,000.
I think that episode, my favorite bit on that episode, it was a joint effort. Every time we got into an elevator, you would have Crispin would press every single floor.
I remember that.
And so when you would do that, I would have like a person come in who's like violently ill and needs to go.
Yes,
and you're
I
like,
forgot about
fuck.
You're just like, run every little ding, ding. And I vaguely remember going like, I have no clue who did this here. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. I was like, this is crazy,
this
man.
fucking fly.
I know, it will not leave our
This
space.
is the worst. All right, anyways, so yeah.
But yeah, because I think we did it 2 or 3 times in that episode. Every time we stepped into an elevator, you're like, and Chris, I'll just press all the buttons. And then I would be like, somebody needs to
also,
go.
you know what happened at the end of that episode, or at the beginning of that episode? Office Crispin Party. We recorded that on Christmas Eve, and I had the Hallelujah chorus.
Yeah.
But it said M&A's.
Yes.
And I love that. That was so fun. That was like one of the best. And
that was such
you brought a blueberry bagel and strawberry cream cheese.
I did. I
ate that. I ate that exclusively from Caribou, like for the next 2 or 3 months. That's
really?
A good combo.
It's a good combo.
It's a good combo. I might actually. I'm getting hungry right now. I might grab one later this week.
Yeah.
But I have not had one of those bagels in a while. But yeah, that was just all around good vibes. Love that episode. Love the energy. It was Christmas Eve. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was nice we officially passed a year, like a month. Yeah, it was like 1 year, 1 month at that point.
Yeah, it was we
were feeling pretty established. And so I think nostalgia aside, that episode is a solid, like, I'd give it a B plus.
Okay, I would give it an A. But
give it an A.
I could live
Should
with a
we
B
be
plus.
nice? Let's just throw. We'll throw it an A.
For Christmas.
It was Christmas.
It was Christmas. We'll give it an A. Yeah, I mean, it was so much fun. I think the only thing that keeps it from like top tier stuff too, it's not quite as memorable to me as like the original Crispin and Aspen story. But it still was so much fun.
We'll give it a solid episode 55. A boom. So then let's talk about, why don't you read this next one?
Episode 56, The Cruise Line Shuffle with Matt Seafelt.
Yes, The Cruise Line Shuffle.
Yeah, Matt Seafelt of post-Glunge fame joins Anthony for a story of elderly shuffleboarders that ain't to be fucked with.
So yes, and this is one of my favorite episodes of all time, mostly because you were not there, Michael.
I was not there. Yeah.
Yeah. Daisy was just born.
Yep. Daisy was born, and
was she born at that point? Yeah. She was just born. Yep, she was just born.
I'm pretty sure I was in the hospital when you guys recorded this episode.
Yeah. She was just born. Yeah. Like that. No, it wasn't New Year's Day when we did it, but you wanted to take like a day or two and be like, just have someone else take it.
I did edit the episode.
You did. You did. That was one of my favorite episodes because Matt rose to the occasion. I texted him and I said, hey, man, like Michael's out. Would love to have a co-host, and you're the first person that popped in my mind. And he goes, I don't know, I don't know how I'll do, but we'll just record. And I was like, whatever. And the story was an elderly couple went on a cruise ship and fucked everything up. And Matt just rose up and he just kept going like, I'm gonna get you them bitches. And he said bitches probably at least 40 times.
It definitely has to hold our record for the most bitches.
The most bitches in an episode. Most times I've cracked up mid-episode, I think. I was really having a hard time keeping it together.
Austin was also there.
Austin was there because he wanted to hang out with me. And I said, I'm doing this. And he goes, I'll just sit in on recording. And then he got there and he's like, where's Michael? And I went, oh, it's Matt today.
Yeah, he poked in a couple times.
Yeah, he played like the cruise ship captain.
Because I remember when I was editing it, I was like, oh, Austin's in this too. And I, every time, because he would just pop in for a bit.
He would go like, leave. He would do this little number. He'd be like, yes, we are going northbound.
Yeah, so every time he would come in, I would play an audience applause.
Yes,
every single time.
I remember that. That was good.
I did that. That was really fun.
Fun time.
I would give it an A. That was a good.
That's a solid A right there.
Yeah, it was
awesome,
and it was awesome too because I mean, it was the very first time it was like, okay, it's just one of us.
It was just me.
56 episodes in, and it's like, okay, now.
Well, I just gotta say, I am the longest running person on the show because I got 2 on you.
Yeah,
I got 2 on
I've done
you.
97 stories.
You've 97. I've done 99.
Yeah,
so and I hold that record. So honestly, it should be A&M's Excellent Adventures.
It's an
Am Adventures.
Am Adventures.
We Am Adventures. Anyways, that would be pretty confusing if every time we passed each other in episodes, we swapped it.
We just swapped the name.
It.
Yeah.
So if it was A&M and then we built a brand on that and then it flips back after I miss a couple episodes. But yeah, so easy A tier.
Yeah.
Easy A tier,
fun,
phenomenal.
Lots of
Great
energy
episode.
in that one. That was good.
All right. So then episode 57.
Boom.
Hit it with
The Life of Jerome, a New American musical. Jerome's life is a musical, and we're just living in it.
All right. We just gotta jump straight to it. That's an easy excellent tier.
Yes.
One of our most watched episodes of all time.
Love this episode.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is your first episode back after Daisy was born.
Yep.
And I think you knew you had an assignment and you delivered on a good premise.
Thank you.
I do got to say I was pretty put on the spot, so I could have practiced a little bit.
No, I thought that would be kind of part of the fun, but I was like, I know with your performance background, I'm like, you could do it.
I did it, and yeah.
I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I was like,
Sure.
I don't know how. So like, I think the break in an episode where I had like a week off, I was like, I'm going to really dig into this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make Anthony sing and like do improv musical numbers. And it was, I knew it was going to be good, and
that
it was
that
like
was a climax
a million
episode
better
right
times
there
better
for that current arc.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the previous episode, how we have different waves where we find a really good stride and then we dip, and then we find a really good stride and we dip. But that's like peak right there.
Yeah.
We absolutely peaked this arc.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you haven't checked that episode out, if there's one episode you got to watch, that's the one.
You have to watch
that's
that
the one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Super fun,
Amazing.
easy right there.
Yes.
Episode 58. Campfires and Scarewolves. And as I talked about, every climax has a little dip at the end. The description is watch your thumbs, and I don't remember
I vaguely do.
I remember the episode vaguely because it was like campers go into a forest.
It
or
was
something like
two
that.
guys from work that are like
and there
kind of acquaintances go on a camping trip because my character had never been camping and always wanted to.
Yeah, and there were there 3 characters total?
I think it was just the 2.
Just the 2? Okay. So
and
then,
the church got involved in that app.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, because we incorporated
that
it into
made
the
me
story.
really mad. Yeah. This demonic chanting in the background is just getting louder. Yeah, we had a studio above a church, and for some reason on a Thursday night at 9 p.m., they decided that was the perfect time to start singing real loudly for note on a Thursday.
Really, really loud.
There was nobody else in that building. It was just like either the pastor or the sound guy or some. I have no clue, but they went for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And eventually we were just like, fuck it, whatever. So that was super distracting.
Yeah.
I got to give this probably a fucking, if it wasn't for the church, it'd be an F. I'm giving it a D.
Yeah, we can
D
give it
for
a
the
D.
church. What were you gonna give it?
I like a C, but we can meet in the middle and give it a D.
I'll just give it a D. Just give it
Sure.
a D because I don't even remember much about it. And
Yeah, the only thing I remember is you were like excuse me.
only redeeming quality is the church was there.
Honestly, that was probably the most memorable part about it. Was that the church got involved. But that brings us to
Episode 59 mysteriously disappeared. I have no clue what episode 59 was. Do you have it anywhere?
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. All right. Well, he's checking it out.
Yeah.
And
So
episode 59, I just remembered. You heard it here first, folks. It's a YouTube exclusive. So check the description down below.
Yeah.
And you can totally get a link to that YouTube video. And if you're watching this episode on YouTube right now, this tier list, we have it linked right here. Boom.
there it is.
Awesome.
But yeah, episode 59 was a lot of fun. And actually, the very first time I remember setting this episode up because I was like, I'm part of a community where we have Zoom parties. A cult. Yeah. Where we have Zoom parties every month. And during one of these Zoom parties, it's a ton of just very funny people. And I was like, I am struggling to come up with like how to kind of seal the deal or fine tune this premise. Cause I was like, I had a general idea, but I didn't really know. And so we brainstormed, a few of us, Fancy Octopus, others were there. It was a while ago, but it ended up being this story where these two guys go to the club, and I played a guy who slept with his girlfriend on a trip, and I'm trying to tell
You're trying to tell me
without just telling you.
And I remember laughing really hard because you said something that sounded real bad. I'm trying to remember what the fuck you said. I don't remember what you said,
but I do remember that.
Yeah, there were a couple times. Took like blowjob shots or something in the club, and you're just like, slept with the girl. And I'm just like, what, man?
Trying to tell you without telling you. I do remember the sex on the beach thing, and I was like, because I like.
We ordered a sex on the beach. At the club.
At the club, so I was just dropping a ton of hints and innuendos using the names of alcoholic drinks to try to tell him I had sex with his girlfriend.
Amazing.
It was a fun app. It was just a situation to
I give it
explore there.
You know what? YouTube exclusive A. It was fun. Cracked me up.
It was a really good time.
So then episode 60.
I'm excited for this.
Turning the tables. So consider this a love letter to all the DJs out there. This one's for the real one. Peace. We gotta SEO optimize some of these fucking descriptions.
I think I wrote that. That sounds like me.
I bet you wrote that one. But episode 60, Turning the Tables, was we had DJ Anal Pastor 69 DJing a kid's birthday party, and you came in not understanding the assignment at all. And you were so terrible,
I was so
mean.
And
you lost your agent. And you made the kids at the birthday party start crying because of how bad you were.
One of our first TikTok videos was a trailer to this episode.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like it's just this is one of my favorites just because it was like the first time I really got to play like the biggest asshole ever.
You really enjoyed that.
I loved it. I just like was like a lot of times we'll play the straight one or whatever. And so I was like, you just like gave me this license to be like, just be the worst person I could possibly be. And it was so,
69. What's funny is the name came from, I was out with drinks with a couple friends of mine.
Sure.
And, a couple of lawyer friends with my sister, and we were just hanging out, having a good time. And I made a comment, and she thought I said Anal Pastor 69, and she just fell over. She said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I said, "What do you mean? What am I talking about?" She goes, "Did you just say Anal Pastor 69?" And I said, "No." What? And so that just immediately became a name. I had to name a character after that, and I thought, what's a better name than a terrible DJ? So,
with that episode too, that's the episode I've probably gotten the most feedback from. There's a few DJs that we work with that every single time I see them, they will quote that episode.
Oh yeah, Anal Pastor.
Anal Pastor. They're like,
Yo,
yeah,
what's
say
up?
fuck yeah or fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck
everything.
them kids.
Like,
Burn, burn.
but I think one of my favorite parts of that episode was when you were my agent and like how the agent and like the event coordinator with you played, because my interactions were so oblivious. Like you were reprimanding me, you were telling me I was like a piece of shit, and I was like, yeah, totally, like fuck them for being that piece of shit that you said, right? Like I just would not take any criticism at all.
That was good. You know what? I'm slapping a solid A on that one.
I'd give it an A. I'll go for an A. Yeah.
You're like, I'm coming down to an A.
It was some of the most fun I had playing a character, just because, like I said, I got to be just the
Where
worst.
would you rate it? Where would you
I
rate
would
it?
give it an excellent.
You'd give it an excellent?
But I'll settle for an A.
You settle for an A?
Yeah.
Settle for an A?
Definitely watch it, though. It's fun.
You know what? You broke me. Let's give it an
We'll
excellent.
give it an excellent.
All right. So we got an excellent tier on episode
Nice.
60.
Turning the tables.
Yeah, turning the tables. Thank you. So then, episode 51.
61.
Thank you. Parent-teacher conflict. And parent-teacher conferences got a bit rowdy this year since some parents can't handle the truth. And you played a teacher.
You played the teacher.
I played a teacher. Yes, I did play
Yeah.
a teacher. And you played the different students. The different students and their parents.
Students and their parents. And yeah. It was a fun ep. I mean, it ended in a sex dungeon.
It did.
Which I forgot about until I went back and I was like, I forgot that we
did this.
Well, I had to. The reason I went back through it is because I was recently editing an episode and going through past photos from PowerPoints, and I checked out episode 61's photos for that PowerPoint, and there was just a sex dungeon and like a teacher's office, and I was like, what the fuck? So
yeah, that checks out.
That was pretty fun.
That was
it was
a fun
just
one.
kind of a
Yeah.
He played
All right.
a hard ass. I don't know. I'd give it like a C.
Give it a C. That's fair.
I think that's pretty fair.
Well, if that's a C, then I guess we're giving the next one a C minus. Just kidding. We'll see. But yeah, episode 61, we got C. Episode 62, we have
Savory smoothies.
Savory smoothies. Do you remember much about this one? Because I do.
Yes.
That was the first one we
was-
shot on DSLR, and we realized how hard it was to shoot on DSLR.
Yep, I do remember that.
We probably spent 30 fucking minutes setting that shit up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then the files were so freaking big.
yeah, it was like this is.
This is a lot.
But yeah, little beef and cheese burrito smoothie never hurt anyone. Not yet. Is the description.
That is a solid description.
But yeah, I do remember that episode. I played this like employee at a smoothie shop who was like really trying to.
You were experimenting with different flavors of
Yeah.
smoothies, and I was playing one of your bosses, and then a food critic comes on in, and it turns out that food critic is Gordon Ramsay, and he hates what I'm doing, and he loved how
what I
brave and daring your beef and cheddar and savory
They were just the
smoothies were.
nastiest
Combos ever, and he's just like this. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. So I thought lower about this episode until I remembered you did a pretty solid job. So I'm giving it a C plus.
I'll give it a C plus.
C
Yeah,
plus,
that
C
works.
plus right there.
That
So
works.
episode 62, we got C plus.
Bang. Now, which leads us to episode 63, Real Estate Agents Up, Phonies Down. You better check yourself before you foreclose yourself. And this time, it ain't so sweet. And I know for a fact I wrote that description because that is how I talk in real life.
That is how you talk in real life. So we did. You were a couple. And
Yes,
I
and you were the
I was a
real estate agent.
and I had to sell you. Or no. Did I come up with this?
Yes.
No, I came up with this
Or
premise?
no.
No, I'm pretty sure you came up with we
Yeah,
did a swap.
I did come up with this. I did.
I don't know if I did. Well, I gotta figure this out
No,
now.
it must have been you.
It must have been me.
So you
I have a
had two
feeling
in a row.
No, I came up with savory smoothies.
But I came up with 64.
You came up with 64. Did I come up with two?
I think-
I must have came up with two back to back.
Yeah, you must have come up with two back to back.
there must have been something going on there.
There could have been a
You were probably busy
stinker
or
in
something.
between that we just X'd out. and
Probably.
That's probably what
'Cause
it was.
I was about to say, I was like, there's no way I came up with this one here.
No, I know I did that one.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
then I
yes, because
did
then we
64
have
and-
Officer Law, which is episode 65, and that's one I came up with. Did I? Let's back this up. Let's see here. Which one?
Yeah. I
Fuck.
didn't. Oh, yeah, you did because I
Okay.
told you about Officer Law.
You did 68. I did 67. You did 66. Johnny B. Bad? I thought
Yeah,
that was you?
Yep, that was me.
Johnny B. Bad?
Yeah, I remember creating the PowerPoint for that.
Okay,
one.
yeah. Johnny B. Bad. Which
And
means
you
I did
did
Officer
Officer
Law.
Law,
I know
yeah.
I did Officer Law. Okay, yeah. You did Weed Fenders.
So I'm thinking
Real
there was
estate.
one in between 62 and 63 that I did that just was like
Might have fell
nah.
flat. Yeah, and then I
so
just
we
kind of did it.
Went over it.
Yeah, okay. In that case, episode 63, back to episode 63, real estate agents up, phonies down. I had to sell you a house. I'm wondering why I had to sell you a house that had a sex dungeon in it. That was I twisted myself, maybe.
Maybe. It was-
Or were you trying to sell me a house?
no, you were the realtor.
I was the realtor.
Because you kept sniffing, because you could sniff out a phony. And you would like
That's what it
fucking
was.
sniff my
That's what
arm
it
and
was.
shit.
I
and it
remember
was so
that now.
funny.
Okay, great. So yeah, since I don't remember a ton from it, I gotta give it just a B.
Yeah.
Gotta give it a B right
is
there.
totally fair. Yeah. It's a good
But
B.
next episode, we have a real fun one. Definitely a must-watch, in my
Yes,
opinion.
64. Dweed Fenders of Justice.
Dweed Fenders of Justice.
Daniel Radcliffe has been kidnapped and stripped of his golden socks. The only one who can save him is Muncher, an agent of the Defenders of Justice, or DJ.
DJ.
But the only thing Muncher loves more than justice is weed. Our friendships made, our enemies had. Tune in and find out.
Oh yeah. So episode
Fuck,
64.
that was
Such a good
fun
episode.
episode.
I think I know the last episode I said we gotta. There was at some point where I said we need to edit the episodes we put together because I spent so much fucking time editing Dweed Fenders of Justice. I added like smoke effects and I
Yeah.
added the little thing and then I added a couple other sound effects. And I was just like, this is too much for
It
me
was
to
a
do.
lot
I was like, I
to
did not sign
do.
up for any of this. And I know if I don't say anything, Michael's going to get even wackier and wackier.
Yeah. So we collaborated and created like a James Bond intro.
Yeah,
I did all
came
this
with
animation,
came
and then I was
with
like, Anthony,
music
you come up with the music.
music,
and, like,
and then I edited the footage.
yeah. So I
It was
put a lot of
awesome. That was
But,
probably one of
it
our higher
turned
production
out-
episodes.
Oh,
Put a ton of time in
yeah.
there. But love the James Bond intro. I love the characters.
Yeah.
The twist at the end with Dr. Phil sneaking off with Daniel Radcliffe's socks.
Yep.
It was
It was just
phenomenal.
fun and yeah,
Just
really
loved
good
it.
time.
yeah.
Your creativity and using weed-based gadgets to
yes.
fucking kill all these
Blow
henchmen and-
stuff up. Oh,
Yeah,
it was
it
great.
was
It was
awesome.
good. So that's an easy excellent
that's an
for me.
easy, excellent episode.
Excellent right there.
Yeah.
So then, boom! Episode 64, must see. It's an excellent. Number 65, we have Officer Law Mall Cop. Sometimes you have to do the hard things in order to do the right thing. How far will one man go to enforce the law? And I'm pretty sure I just played a mall cop who like shot people in the legs if they were jaywalking
I
across the
think
hall.
I was the mall cop.
Were you the mall cop?
I believe
You must have been.
so.
You must have been the mall cop.
Because you were the customer that smelled really bad or like you whatever, but like
Sure.
you were behind it the whole time after like everybody's supposed to be cleared out. And
Okay.
it was like you, but
Yeah.
what I remember from this, because I remember I edited it because I had so much fun with this moment of
Uh-huh.
I loved pretzel maker. You weren't a customer, you were the pretzel maker guy.
Yeah, I was an employee.
And,
Okay, that makes more sense.
I was like pointing the gun at you and you were like, are you really gonna shoot me after like all the pretzels we've been through and all this?
Yes.
And I had like this moment of like imagining pretzels and like my love for them and I
Yeah.
couldn't pull the trigger.
That's good. That's good.
It was a fun ep. It was
fun.
a good time.
Give it like a
Give
B plus.
B plus, sure.
You're gonna say C, huh?
I mean, I'd give
Well,
it a
I
B
guess
though.
we're giving it a solid B right there.
There it is.
Boom, hit it.
So then we got episode 66. Johnny B. Bad. At a masquerade ball, Johnny B. Bad let his wild side show as the regional bad boy.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I got Anthony playing a bad boy.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little baddie.
I didn't really know too much about what to do here. I don't play baddies very
You
often.
rode a motorcycle. Though.
I did ride a motorcycle. I had a mask,
and
I was
I-
trying to find a woman.
I did reprise my role as the female default actor in our thing.
I'm trying to remember a ton from this, but I remember the PowerPoint. There's a lot of work that went into PowerPoint.
Yeah, I remember that. A lot of pre.
There's a lot to this story, and I felt like maybe it was harder to track. I don't.
It was
remember
it wasn't. It was fun, but it wasn't like amazing. I don't think so.
Sure.
I would say like a C.
We're giving it a C.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give it a C. Johnny
Yeah.
Be Bad. It's not good. It's not bad. It's
Yeah.
it's in between.
It's in between.
Hit it.
In between.
So then, episode 67, we have shark-infested blankets, and 3 brave souls venture into the deep, dark shark tank. But only one will emerge rich. Who will it be? And it's your classic. We have 3 people, and they're all trying to sell different things in
Yes.
Shark Tank. And I played the shark, and I gave you products to try to sell to me.
Yeah,
and
they
one
were
of them,
insane.
I'm trying to think of. Well, I'm trying to remember what they were.
I know because one of them was a blanket made of what the hell was it made of? It
was like cellophane or
it was
plastic wrap or
yeah
something
yeah
stupid.
that
I'm trying
sounds right.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
It was just all of them were just insane, wacky, awful products,
Yeah.
and like Anthony just put me on the spot having to try to sell them.
I think
to
I'd
him.
try to. I don't know. I'm trying to remember now. I'll have to
I
hard
do
cut.
remember though it was fun and I really like these episodes where we kind of just like try something different, play like
yeah.
a little game or throw it,
Mhm.
and do that. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. Very unique episode where
Cool.
yeah.
All right.
I'd give it a B
Give it a B.
Yeah.
That was a B. Pretty
give it a
good.
B.
Pretty good. Good time.
for sure.
So then, episode 68.
68 is Everybody Wants to Be a Cat.
Yes.
This is a story of a magical animal land inspired by the musical Cats.
I really don't remember.
I remember a little
That
bit of this episode. You were like auditioning for a play for, I don't know if it was for Cats, but you were auditioning for a play.
Yes, I was auditioning for for a musical.
Yeah.
And the audition song, I kept pulling stuff from Cats as my repertoire.
Well, and you went to like this fantasy cat world and
Yes.
like killed the evil fox.
and
then became a hero.
Yes, you had the fox boy, the
Yeah.
fox persona
Yes,
popping
yep.
up.
And
I
then
remember that
when
now.
you came
Okay.
back, you gave this like extended
I saved this
audition.
whole village. I saved this
Yeah.
entire cat village, and then I pop on it and I give my repertoire, and
And
I
it
do it
was-
amazing.
It was amazing.
And
yeah.
then I don't remember if I got
For your
full or not,
performance
but-
alone, I'd give it a B. I don't remember a ton of that episode, but I mean,
Yeah, I
that
was
saves
gonna give it.
You
I was
were-
gonna give it a bad grade, but I think a B is a
I
pretty
think a
solid.
B
Now
is
that I
pretty
think about it.
solid.
Plus, the PowerPoint was just fun as
yeah,
well. That was
and
fun.
the ending just was amazing.
Good time.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a solid B for episode 68, and now we have episode 69.
Oh yeah,
Bidding
baby.
on Bluey. And let me tell you, this is the episode where we had one of the biggest stinker episodes before because I was
Yeah.
so sick.
That's
I was so
right.
sick that I forgot all of my character traits. It was originally going to be like I was a sleazy car salesman and something like that.
I barely remember what the.
Yeah, and
previous one
I
was,
had a
but-
few like quirky obsessions, and I was just really making everything uncomfortable. But I, in the middle of the episode, felt so awful. I had like terrible food poisoning, dude.
Yeah,
I went
that's
to
what
like
it was. Yeah.
yeah, I ate shellfish and I mixed it with like drinks and other fish, and I'd never had shellfish before in my life, and I was just dying, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then at the end, I was starting to pack up, and I went, I saved the file, and I went, "This is episode 69," and he said, "Yeah," and I said, "Let's re-record this.
Yeah.
We should
We
do
were
something a
like-
lot better for episode freaking 69." I'm glad
Yeah.
we did because we had Bidding on Bluey, one of my favorite episodes, because
Such a good app.
the premise of this one, well, first off, the description says this is a story of how a Minion toy accidentally made its rounds around the community. And the premise was Dad has a garage sale and he's selling a bunch of stuff. And one of the things he sells is his wife's Minion sex toy. It's a
Yes.
Minion vibrator. And the kid accidentally left it out because that was his favorite toy because it was a Minion and he didn't realize. And so his kid's really pissed off at the dad.
Yeah.
And then the dad calls his wife, and then the wife's really freaking pissed off at him for selling her sex toy.
Yep.
And so he has to, it's an exclusive limited edition Minion sex toy, and
So-
it's at auction, and he has
Right.
to try to outbid everybody, and he spends everything he owns for this vibrator. He takes out $1 million loan to get this vibrator back.
Yeah.
And
Fitting
so,
for episode 69.
very fitting for
Very
episode 69. So I think for me, first off, what are you thinking?
I'm at least an A.
At least an A?
I would say at least an A.
I'm giving it an excellent.
We can give it an excellent.
We got an
Absolutely.
excellent. Right here.
Motorcycle's back.
Motorcycle is back. No, I don't think it's motorcycle. I think that's my neighboring garage. We're filming in my garage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
So,
can.
we got a neighboring garage.
Yeah. But
So audio texture, but yeah.
But yeah,
episode
give it
69, we
an
got
excellent.
That's
Absolutely.
a must watch. That's a must watch.
Very. Yeah, it was great.
My
for
favorite part
69.
is I played the kid and I was like, Dad, have you seen Bluey? And you had no clue, and I was all like, yeah, I've seen Bluey. And you turn to the screen and you see this minion
Just
vibrator. I
this-
said, no, my Bluey.
I was
That's
like,
what he called the
oh
minion
shit.
toy.
Yeah, it was very, very
It was
fun.
pretty great, pretty awesome.
So then next up, we got episode 70.
70.
Whoopsies with Bob Buell.
Of 99 questions.
Of 99
fame.
questions. Yeah, Bob Buell from 99 Questions joins us this week to tell a story about partying, past tragedies, fame, and face paint.
Yes.
I fucking love this.
You love this episode. I think you enjoyed it more than I did filming, but looking back on it, that was a fun time.
It was
That
a
good
fun
episode.
time.
And Bob just brings so much.
Oh my gosh,
Bob is so great. He's so good at what he does.
Yeah, this was our very first guest that wasn't like a close personal friend.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
wasn't
I was
just-
nervous.
Yeah, it was like,
was very
hey,
nervous.
like I mean, I'm friends with Bob, but it was like, we've only known each other virtually for a couple years, and but he had his show 99 Questions, and I knew he was hilarious, and I was like, let's get you on here, and kind of had him play an exaggerated like parody version of himself.
Oh yeah. That was a good time.
And then just exploring the whole Juggalo thing was really fun because little deep dive into
Your past.
your
your
very dark, scary past.
dark and scary past. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I got to give it a solid A. Just for
I'd
Bob.
give it an
Bob,
A.
Give it an
Oh, I
A
love
right
Bob.
there. Bob is
Bob is
awesome. Bob, if
amazing.
you're watching this tier list, we love you so much.
We love you, Bob.
So then that brings us to episode 71.
That's right.
Lobster Lovin'. Ricky and Renee, the lobsters, reconsider their love affairs to replenish the lobster population. So we are two lobsters, and we can't find any other lobsters in the vicinity. And you play an incel lobster,
Yep.
and I play the lady lobster,
Yep.
and you're trying to woo me.
That's right.
And at the end, it basically I'm like, oh, watch out, and then I hide, and you try to hide, but you fail, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then a hand comes down and picks up Ricky the lobster, and
That's
I
right.
intentionally pushed you out to kill you because we're two lobsters in a tank.
Yeah.
We can't reproduce in
Yep.
there. So yeah, I murdered Ricky the lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Where would you rank it?
I think the twist is really fun.
The twist
I
is
think
fun.
the story, looking back on it, was a bit simple, and so I'm giving it a B.
Okay.
Giving it a B. Where would you put it?
I would give it a C.
Give it a C.
But I could
we
live
can
with a
get-
B.
We can go with a C plus.
We'll do with a
right
C
there.
plus.
C plus. Meet
Yeah.
in the middle. So 71, simple.
Lobster
C plus.
lovin'.
Check it out if you want. Fun little twist. But since I already told you the whole premise, basically, you already experienced the episode. So C plus right there.
Yeah.
So
So
then-
then we roll into episode 72, Return of the Platts.
Oh,
This is Jerome Plattsfield's
Oh,
second coming, I guess.
okay.
It's holy wow, he's back. The Scatman murderer himself makes a monumental return, this time to the grandest stage of them all, the desert.
Yes.
But what secrets are kept beyond the oasis, and who can really be trusted?
Okay, I think this is our first Zoom episode. I feel like this is a Zoom episode.
Was Return of the? I thought
Let's
Return
see
of the
here.
Platts was in person.
It
It was because Holly. Yeah, all of these are. Bob was a Zoom ep, and then we went back. In
Oh yeah,
person.
okay. He was a Zoom.
I
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I think,
Yes. Okay. Yes, because I think Clowning Around was one of the last. Oh,
No,
golly,
these are all. 80 was the last in person. Really good memes
In the
because
tank with Chank.
because that was like where we tried the new space.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then back to where the hell were we? Episode 72, Return of the Platts.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Is that the one where I had an assistant?
Yep. Where I
Okay.
was your assistant, you were trying to be like TikTok famous.
Okay.
So you were like.
I was trying to
doing
be
all
an
that.
influencer.
So it definitely, Jerome kind of embraced his villain side, but like
Okay, yeah.
I put up with a lot of abuse as your assistant
Okay.
because I knew you could scat me to death at
Sure.
any time.
Okay. So you know what? I don't remember a ton from this episode, not gonna lie.
Okay.
Now that I think about it.
It was-
You remember it a lot better than I do.
Yeah, it was fun. We were trying to find the SS Ass. We were trying to find Captain
Yes.
Big Booty's
Yes.
ship
And it's a
in the
mysterious
desert.
ship in the
and-
middle of the desert, and it was dried up. And all
Yeah,
that.
and
Okay.
you kill your assistant because I finally talked back.
Okay.
And you fly off in the ship with a ghost crew.
Okay.
yeah.
I think for lore's sake, I'm gonna give it a B.
I'd give it a B.
Give it a B.
It-
right
yeah,
there. We got
not
a
as good
B.
as the first Jerome Platsfield one, but
You
still
can't be original
fun.
Jerome.
No, that
Platsfield.
yeah,
Sorry, pal.
but a solid B.
All right. Well then, let's hit me with an episode 73.
Yeah.
Hollywood Hard On. So, a film obsessed hipster tries his hand at being a superstar. And this premise was you had to get on a film set at any means necessary.
Yes.
And you see Will Arnett on the street and you're like,
Yes.
Will, please get me on a set. And he's like, oh, yeah, whatever. And he runs off. And so you go to find Will Arnett, but you stumble upon a different kind of film set.
I do.
You
yes.
did.
Yeah,
And you became
remember it
a
now.
different kind of actor.
You could say so.
You could say so.
You could say so. You could say I was bidding on Bluey.
You were bidding on something.
On something.
So, yeah.
On something. It was a fun episode. It was a good call to our Will Arnett rivalry. It's been a little stagnant, but we still got eyes on you, Will. We're still looking at you, Arnett.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen anybody talk about that show, so our show reigns supreme.
That is
at
true.
least people talk about our show.
Yeah. Yep. I've heard people talk about ours way more than his.
Way more than
so
Will's show. So
Maybe
sorry,
don't
Will.
steal shit, Arnett.
Yeah. So yeah, that is episode 50 or 73.
Yeah.
So
what
I'm
would
gonna
you
give it.
I'd give it a.
I'd give it B plus.
Yeah. I'd solid B.
I think,
B.
I think we're defaulting to B's. So
Yeah.
I don't know where would you take
Well,
it?
I'd give it a B. Like a B or no, because of Arnett, I'd give it a B.
Because of Arnett, I'm giving it a C. Actually,
Are you?
I love Will Arnett. Don't get me wrong, but after he stole our show and made his
No,
own show,
I mean his inclusion in it, I think, made it more fun.
okay,
and
okay,
it
fine.
being
C
kind
plus
of
right
the
there.
on-run.
We got C plus
Yeah,
right there.
So we'll do C plus.
C plus. Okay, so C plus. Next up, episode 74.
Get buff. Get dancing. Dancing with the Stars? Nah. Dancing with the Buff. Yeah. Get buff this week with Buff himself as he prepares for his big breakthrough. And sacrifices will absolutely be made in the name of dance. And I know I also wrote that one because that's also how I talk.
Okay.
But yeah, Get Buff, Get Dancing was pretty fun. You were just a character, Buff, who you lived for the dance.
Okay.
And we were at a retail store and you were
Okay.
training me in. And so I was trying to understand how to do the job, but all you cared about was dance.
Okay.
It
don't
ended with a
remember this one
dance
at all.
competition. It's fun. It was a
sure.
pretty good time.
I'm sure it's a fun time. I'll have to rewatch that one.
Yeah. I would give it a B.
Give it a B.
Yeah, it was just a fun.
You know what? Since I don't remember anything, I'll just give it a B.
Sure.
I'll give it a B for you.
Sure.
So we got a B for episode 74.
Bang.
Episode 75, however, I remember pretty well.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is a premise of mine. I think I put this together. Delicious and malicious McMillions. So, inspired by the McDonald's McMillions scandal, a divorced ex-gambling addict goes rogue to claim his share of the prize. So
right.
this dad, ex-gambling addict, has custody of the kid for on the weekends, every other weekend, I think.
Yep.
And so he only has 2 days with the kid, and he ruins them. They go to McDonald's because he doesn't know how to cook. He's a real sloppy,
Yeah,
bad
it's just
ex-
not a good.
yeah, bad, single dad
Yeah.
experience. And he takes his kid to McDonald's and sees they have the McDonald's McMillions. And he just keeps ordering and ordering until he gets kicked out. And then he breaks into the McDonald's and he gets arrested at the end.
Yep. He gets arrested because he just couldn't let it go.
And if I remember right, the kid walks up at the end of the episode and he gets the tile.
Yes, he gets the
one
tile that you need to
$1 million
win.
tile. And I think we just kind of left it off at that.
Yeah, just that was a good ending of
yeah.
the kid won it all
yeah.
and his dad got arrested.
I think the premise is fun. I think that the story is the twist is cool. I think we could have done more with it. I'm giving it a B.
I'd give it a B.
Give it a B right there.
Yeah, it's a good
So
B
episode
episode.
75, B.
B.
B. Then next up,
76, a cave or a grave with Zach Ocean Richard. Zachary Ocean Richard, aka Emerson Pluto,
famous musician.
with Downers, is
Yes,
also a group
famous
he's involved with. Joins Michael and Anthony on the greatest expedition. A ragtag crew of adventurers set sail in the search of a mysterious island, but no one could have prepared them for what lies in the deep caves.
And then, we link all of Emerson Pluto's stuff right there.
Yeah.
Awesome music. Check him out. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude too.
Great
Yeah.
music.
Great guy,
group.
and he had improv experience too, so he
he
rolled
definitely,
with it. And
he was having a good time, and
Yeah.
he and I suited up. Michael, who came up with the idea of us suiting up.
No, I
suit
did
up.
not.
Yes, you did.
No, you
I
texted
would
me and
not
said,
have- I would.
you said,
no.
don't forget your formals, and I was like, I don't know what that
you
means.
originally told me we should
Oh.
dress up like weeks before.
I don't know why I would say that. I
you
hate
said let's
dressing
dress up because it's Zach and he liked dressing up. And you said,
Oh, that doesn't
you
sound
told
like me at all, but okay.
Well, I didn't come up with that because I
Oh.
hate it. Was hot in there.
Oh, I
did not
hated
want
it. I was like,
did
I
not
don't want to
wanna
come up
dress
in my formals.
Yeah, no. So you came in sweats, and I was like, well, Michael forgot. And either you did or he did, and I don't think he did. I couldn't tell.
I had no idea when you showed up why you guys were dressed up.
Okay.
So I don't think it might have been Zach because I was like, I don't
All right.
know.
Well, I
what's
didn't come
going
up with
on.
it. I don't remember coming up with this, but either way, fun episode. I remember thoroughly making Zach uncomfortable.
Yes.
I played
Yes.
like a really lonely, horny chef, I think. on
Yeah,
Captain
you
Big
were
Booty's
really
ship.
and it was like it was just a ragtag crew, and Zach was trying to flirt with the girl the whole time,
And I tried to flirt
and
with
you
him.
were trying to flirt with him,
And then the girl was,
and she was not into it,
not
into it at all, and like
Mm-hmm.
you were just trying to have, like you were trying to hook up with Zach
Yeah.
aggressively, and he was like, not.
He's
into
like,
it. It
not
was so
doing
funny.
this, not
Yeah.
doing this. That was fun.
Yeah,
That was a good time.
I'd give it like a B.
Give it a B.
Yeah.
Give it a B plus.
Okay.
Give it a B plus. That was a fun time for
Sure.
me. So you know what? We'll go just B. We have to default to B.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
we'll give it a B.
We can't go up on that scale. So B.
Yeah, and then we got
Episode 77.
That's right, 77. I think it's you.
Loser. Episode 77, Clowning Around. We are back from summer vacation. We took a couple weeks off because we were, we were doing something.
We
Just must have
were.
been prime wedding
Yeah.
season or something. But we are back from a summer vacation, I guess. Two clowns in college are preparing for their fall semester finals. I remember this episode
I do
very
too.
well. This is a fun one.
Absolutely.
So clowning around. Let's take a look here. I'm just looking at the rest of the description. That's cool. We started like actually optimizing our descriptions during this point.
And advertising for our other shows and other
Oh, that's true. We just
places
started. Yeah, we just
guested
started
on.
other shows too. But yeah, clowning around. That's fun. We both played clowns, and you were really bad at the laughing.
Yeah,
class.
I was trying to
I was great
cram for my test. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were just having a hard time, and so you do drugs
Yep.
to try to enhance your laugh.
That was right. The moral of the story was drugs will make you succeed.
Yes,
They
especially
will enhance
in school.
your ability,
especially
in school.
So yeah.
yeah.
I remember this one. This is fun.
This was
I remember
super
cracking
fun.
up a ton.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good time. There was some innuendo that was really fun.
There was some fun stuff.
You played my girlfriend who broke up with me, I believe, because I
did.
couldn't laugh.
You
right?
couldn't laugh,
There
and it was
yeah.
embarrassing. I could
Yeah.
not be seen with you. So I got to give it a solid A right there.
Yeah, give it an A.
A right there.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
All right, we're doing an A right there. In that case, episode 78.
78. Lumber me up,
Jack.
Chopping trees is hard work, but how much wood does a woodsman chop if a woodsman chops for a paper towel modeling opportunity?
I don't remember this one.
I barely do.
You barely
you were a lumberjack who was getting approached to be a model for paper towel brand, and
Okay.
I was like your coworker who was just shitty at being a lumberjack, and you were like the poster boy of being lumberjacks.
Okay, sure.
And that was mostly it. I know there was a little like we got like whisked away to this little fantasy thing.
Okay.
But it was mostly just us, like me trying to undercut you
Okay.
and your success.
Probably.
Because I was really bad at my job.
We're gonna give it a solid. I'd give it a C.
Give it a C.
Give it a C.
Yeah.
Not memorable.
Yeah.
Trying to remember.
Kind of
stuff from it.
not bad, not great. Just kind of right in the middle there.
All right. Cool. Well, in that case, next up we have episode 79. The devil went down to science class, and the description is: when it comes to playing devil's advocate, the devil is in the details.
Absolutely.
Do you remember anything from this?
You loved this episode.
What?
Yeah, because this
What
is the episode. It was a science, or we had to give this presentation, and I did none of the work, and Anthony's character did all the work, but we both wanted to be astronauts.
Yes, I remember
And
this
so-
now. I remember this episode. This is really funny. This is a
In
very
giving
funny
the presentation,
episode.
yeah.
Yes. I played a flat earther in
Yes.
science class, and you played. You played a kid who didn't do anything. And so
Yeah.
I come up and you're just like, hey, did you finish the assignment? I said, oh, yeah, I got everything figured out. Everything's figured out. You're like, awesome, cool. And I had you try to explain the slides to the class.
Yes.
And you were bombing
man, it
so hard.
was
That
so
was
fun.
funny.
That was, I just look at the screen, and it was like, why the earth is flat or whatever, and I was
Yes.
like, oh, fuck. That's what I'm presenting.
That's so
That was
funny.
Yeah, that was a very fun
Freaking
episode.
good episode.
I'd give it an A.
That's
that
an A
was
right
so
there.
fun.
Now that I remember what it was, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just that premise alone just cracks me up
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was golden. Love that one. And then our last in-person episode for a period, and this one was in a weird closet.
Yeah.
We were squished. This is such a nice
squished.
upgrade to what we
Yeah.
had before. Before, I kid you not, the room was maybe like 3 feet by.
It was
scratch. It was
tiny.
probably like 4 feet by 8 feet. It was itty bitty.
It was
terrible. So, anyways, in the tank with Chank,
in the
we
tank
also
with
spent
Chen.
45 minutes on the phone with Logic.
That was that night.
Yeah. We record on Logic just because I have it on my Mac, and I just upgraded to Apple Silicon, and so the Logic plugins I had, I guess, weren't compatible, and it kept crashing Logic, and so I had to reinstall everything.
Yeah, that was a crazy app.
We
but
almost canceled that episode.
We almost
we're almost
did,
just like,
but
fuck
we-
it, we're just going home.
But we powered through,
yeah.
and come on down, everyone, to everyone's favorite talk show, In the Tank with Chank, where anything is possible.
I remember you playing Chank, the talk show guy.
Yeah,
I can't remember what I was doing on there.
I believe you were the guests.
Oh yeah, I was the guest, but I'm
and
trying to
it was
remember
just
what.
a variety of guests.
A variety show?
The last one was like my arch enemy from some like when we were
Yes,
younger.
I remember that. And we try to we have that relationship.
Unfortunately, with that episode, I remember the stress of like setting up and being on the phone more than I actually remember the episode.
Same.
So
I think it's probably not
I'd give it
memorable.
like a D.
Giving it a D, just
Yeah.
because it was also like we're recording on a single phone.
Right. The
I
premise
think.
was
Didn't even-
fun, but it just the setting and the context
was
of it all was just kind of
rough.
Yeah.
So then episode 81, really good memes.
Yeah.
A seasoned cop goes undercover to bust some high school kids. Thankfully for him, he's really good at memes.
Really good at
So yeah,
memes.
this is like a hello fellow kids.
Yes.
Like 21 Jump Street-esque event, basically.
exactly.
Yeah, I have a feeling you probably did. You play the cop? You must have played
Yes.
the cop.
Yeah, I played the cop.
And I
and so-
played. I don't know. I played the teens in the class selling drugs or
Yep.
something.
And you were like the coolest teen in school, and I was
Yes.
like really trying to get on your good side.
Yes, we were trying to figure out Zoom pacing
yeah,
too, so it was a
yeah.
little hairy there. But
A
I
little
think
hairy,
the
but
premise was there.
oh yeah,
It
I
was
think
fun.
so, and it was fun to just
I played
try
a
to be cool.
yeah, I played a seductive like lady cop midway through or something. I think
Yeah,
I was
something
trying,
like
something. I'm
that,
trying to
and,
remember what it was, but yeah, I remember this one getting hairy because when we were trying to go through the story, you
Yeah.
derailed it somehow. You did
Oh,
something.
I remember it being hairy because that's the episode where the person walked in on you in the classroom.
That's why it was weird. I
That's
knew
why
there.
it was weird.
I was like, I feel like we recorded a
We-
section of this.
we
were trying
recorded
on
it in
Zoom.
2 separate days.
Yes.
we came back.
We
like,
came
the
back
next
to it.
day or
Yes,
something,
okay.
and jumped back in.
Yeah,
So
I was
that was kind
on
of
campus, and it was close to the finals week.
Yeah.
And I just rented out a room like I normally do. And I was too loud for the class next door. And the professor came in and just said, "Hey, are you okay?" Like I was I was a fucking prisoner. It's like, "Are you okay?"
It was so funny.
I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I have class in here." And I went, "That's weird because you haven't had class in here all fucking semester on this day." So I don't know what happened. But
yeah, you can check it out actually, because when I edited it, I included that in the bloopers at the end of the episode.
I was really mad. I saw that professor. I've never seen that professor before in my life, but after that day, I saw him everywhere.
Oh, that's
and I was only that was close to me graduating. So yeah, it was probably like my last few weeks in school. But at that point. Glad I didn't have to see him much more after that because it was super awkward anytime I bump into him.
Sure.
But I'd say the premise was there. Weird bugs.
Yeah,
give it like a C. Give it a C.
Yeah. But then we have episode 82.
82.
Slay Santa Slay with some nobodies.
I got to be totally honest with you. Like, the premise would have been so much better if it wasn't so fucking awkward at the beginning. That ruined it for me personally.
I replayed that when editing it because it made me laugh so hard.
It's so funny in hindsight, but at the time I was so scared of these guys.
Oh, sure,
it ruined the experience for me.
Oh, yeah.
I was so stressed.
The description is the magical story of a mall Santa and his mischievous elves, played by Zach Wiseman, Dylan Terry, and Michael Colby from Some Nobodies, who are three extremely funny people.
Very funny, very good people.
Holy
awesome.
shit, those
Absolutely
guys
adore
are
them.
amazing.
So I would totally have them back on the show. If they have us back on the show, I'd love to have them
and now
back
that
on
they
the
know
show.
in advance that we're brown, it's not weird.
Well, we show up. I don't know if we show up better or worse on this, to be honest.
I think it's
But I don't know. Well, the lighting kind of floods us a little bit, and we don't do stage makeup here,
right?
So maybe at some point we'll get to that point, but not
but
now.
But no, it was fun. We did, I cut the awkward silence when I edited it though because it was a long.
It was a long pause
because I had when explaining the characters, I said that people are a little. Anthony played a mall Santa, and it was like, but people are a little weird towards you because you're a brown Santa.
You're a brown
Santa. They did not know Anthony was Mexican. I'm Mexican, so they were so uncomfortable with like what. It was a long pause.
It paused, and I remember, I think it's Zach. Zach, when he broke the ice, and he just went, "You're playing an African American Santa?"
I was like,
and
no.
I turned bright
I was
red.
like, Anthony is Mexican.
He's Mexican.
And everybody was like,
okay. It's okay now.
Holy shit.
Man,
that was a
the
long,
way my heart
awkward
sank.
pause.
I thought they were going to leave the fucking meeting right then and there. I was like, well, we lost that relationship, I guess. But
no, but they were fun. Michael Colby made me laugh so fucking hard throughout that episode because he kept like the kids were racist, and so he would like kick the shit out of these racist kids.
They're all hilarious.
It was a little chaotic, but I mean,
I'd give it. It would be an excellent in my tier if I wasn't so.
Sure.
I still have goosebumps thinking about
I can give it an A. I'll settle for an A.
I'm giving it an A. Sorry,
but it was. I think I laughed the most.
This is a Michael excellent. This isn't. I'll have to break. We can't do split. We'll just give it an excellent.
We'll give it an excellent.
Got an excellent right there. Great premise. Well, at the end, I remember the real Santa Claus comes by, and the real Santa Claus is racist.
He's racist because
he's racist or anti-Semitic or something.
Zach says, or no, Dylan. We were. One of them, we're all talking, and then they're like, "Well, Santa, why do you have an All Lives Matter sticker on the back of your sled?" And it was everybody when they said that. Everybody lost it so much, the audio peaked and cut. It's silence because all of us completely lost our shit when he said that.
Funny, but yeah, Santa's actually racist, and so they Santa off his sleigh. There's a new. What's the actor's name? Not Chris Allen. Who plays Santa Claus? What's the guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Michael Allen. Alan Michaels.
Jesus, I don't.
Wait. Siri, who plays Santa Claus in the Santa's franchise?
Tim Allen.
Wait. Here's it. I found it on the web. Yeah, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Man, yeah,
That's really good. All right, cool. In that case, yeah, that's an easy excellent for me now that I think about it. So then, following up, we have episode 83, Raising the Stakes, cum laude style. Here at M&A's Excellent Adventures, we hold ourselves to a higher standard of comedy. Clean, family-friendly, wholesome fun. So join us this week as Michael takes on the role of Aaron Pinocchio, who's got a little problem with his big old bulge. So that's a good description.
I had so much fun editing this episode.
You had a ton of fun. My one gripe is that, our faces are stuck in the corner because we were still figuring out Zoom recording. But yeah, that is hilarious. Very fun time.
Yeah.
I do got to say, the fact that his name's Pinocchio, the twist of instead of his nose getting bigger, it's his penis.
It's his penis that gets bigger every time
and he's
he
applying
lies.
for a school kid's job
That he's not qualified for
at all.
And a little sound effect every time he lies. We added a little slide whistle.
That gives me an A.
That
Unfortunately,
gives me an A.
It would be an excellent if the video is just that much better.
Yeah, the editing.
Podcast, the absolute A.
The audio was great, but it's still so
Good
funny
time.
and such
Good
a
stuff.
fun. Yeah.
So then that means episode 84 is you.
Yeah, 84, Breaking Contracts, A Bard's Tale. Against giant beasts and deadly strangers, our mighty hero never wavers. His bravery has saved so many without ever asking for even a penny. He's loved far and wide from folks of all sizes and stuns his foes with clever surprises. He also signed a bad deal with a traveling bard company that he'd really like to get out of.
I think I remember this one. Yeah,
This was a pretty fun ep. I think we were a little, maybe not. It was a little like there wasn't a very clear direction. I don't think with it, but we did have fun with it. I had to rhyme everything except for when you brought up payment.
I remember.
Then
that.
I was really
serious.
serious.
I remember that. Okay, yes. That was a hard one because you also rhyming is super hard too. Where does it sit for you, or are there any other details?
I would give that one like a B-.
B-? Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I'll give it a B-.
It was a fun little experiment episode, I think, is
all right.
what I chalk it up to.
And then we have episode 85, The Twitch Tales, where two mid-gamers and Twitch streamers learn that popularity behind the computer screen doesn't always translate well in the dating world. I love this episode personally. This is our first episode where we had overlays too.
I was going to say, I think this is where we found our footing in Zoom.
Yes, our Zoom
This
footing.
was where we were like,
okay,
I think we understand how to edit this properly now. And
we
just
had
fun.
solid backgrounds. We had overlays, and they were designed to look like Twitch chat streams.
Right. It was we added
very
theme.
fun. I remember this story really well just because it was funny. You trying to navigate the dating scene in the club as a Twitch streamer.
Yes.
Yeah, it was rough. It was good.
Yeah, fun time.
Give it an A personally.
I'd give it an A.
Give it an A.
I'd give it an A.
We finally found our footing using Zoom at this point, episode 85. And that was right after I graduated, I think.
Yeah.
So I had a little more time to edit this, which is why we started actually figuring this stuff out.
Yeah, and then we jumped into episode 86. An unlikely pairing with Kevin Carrier. Holy shit.
Great episode. Kevin is one of my favorite guests we've ever had on this show. I love all of our guests so much.
I've met him in person.
Kevin,
we both happened to be in South Carolina at the same time and met up at a Dave & Buster's.
I'm so jealous. I just love
fun.
Kevin. I'm still friends with him on Facebook, and I love just looking at him and Shady stuff. They're so good.
Both he and Shady are amazing. We've been on their show, the Hangover Comedy Podcast.
He's an actual improv guy, too.
Yeah,
he's good.
He does real fucking
He does
improv.
stand-up, which is one of the scariest things ever.
Yeah. So I mean, so funny.
This episode, we're on a live reality show where it's like Big Brother, but we're trying to understand it's very different personalities.
The show is an unlikely pairing. So you're opposite people who have to survive a week together.
Exactly.
Or something like that.
Real good.
Yeah.
And then we did little talking heads.
Yes.
But my favorite part is that at the end, our final day or challenge is something we're trying to figure out this ghost that's in the basement. And we're talking to the spirit and we don't hear anything. And then we do a cut cutaway talking head of the ghost, and it's just an empty chair. It's an empty chair, and he's just like, yeah, I have no clue what the fuck they're talking
it's like,
about.
I left like a half an hour ago. I don't know what the fuck
they're still
doing.
going on with this, right? Just love that. That's an easy excellent from me.
Easy excellent.
Excellent
Episode.
Great.
So much fun.
Great
Thank
editing.
You, Kevin.
One of your
God.
best editing jobs to this day, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Cracks
too,
me
man.
up every time. So love it.
Perfect.
So then that means episode 87. Is this you or me? I think
This is you,
me.
baby.
Skirting for a hurtin'. A renowned NASCAR racer retires and finds a passion for pedal cruisers, a tricycle for adults with money.
Yes.
He learns that just because he was famous does not mean his skills will translate. So he is a pedal biker learning how to ride a bike for the first time.
Yeah.
So he basically Michael Jordan's it, like goes from pro basketball, one of the best, to playing golf or baseball.
Yep,
And he's
and
like,
just-
he's all right. He's okay. It's
Yeah.
whatever. He's an athlete. But I remember this episode all right. I don't remember
I don't
too much
remember
from
a
it.
ton from it.
I think the premise got a little hairy because it's like, hey, you bike, and then you're basically like a juiced up steroid biker, if I'm not mistaken.
It took me a while to figure out the character.
Yeah.
That was one where I was like,
I think the
just didn't
potential
know
was
what-
there, but we didn't really know
yeah.
what we were doing. So I gotta give it a C minus.
I'd give it a C minus.
C minus, C minus, D plus right there. So number 70 or 87. It's okay.
yeah.
It's all right. Whatever.
Which leads us to episode 88. We're going to need a bigger cubicle. I love and hate this episode because I fucked up and I forgot to change a setting on Zoom.
Episode.
So it didn't record our videos when I was sharing the
you put a
screen for that.
lot of time in
So I had to animate the entire story
That
with
sucks.
just pictures of us and like
Yeah.
move them around and interact. And it took forever to do, and I was so done with it by the time.
I could never have.
But we got there.
Oh, yeah.
It turned out the product was fun at the end to watch it.
I think the story was fun. I think the animations were better than the story. So I gotta give it an A right
I
there.
give it all right. I'll take an A for
give
the
it an A.
animation.
Just for the animations, great. It's awesome.
Yeah, but it's like two just juice head fucking buff dudes in an office competing for a position.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time.
Tiny tinkle in there.
You walk in on me on the bathroom.
Yeah.
That was one of I replayed that when editing because it was
Oh yeah, so
funny to me.
good. Amazing. So
Yeah.
then we have yours.
That's right. Episode 89, Painful Pizza Pillow Talk. On this improv podcast, we see what happens when a nice Valentine's date gets uprooted by an incel's third wheel.
This episode.
This episode
Oh,
was...
we need to rename this. I had no clue what this was until.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to rename this one. I love
So,
this episode.
So
one of my
good.
favorites. This is our most viewed highlight too.
Yeah. Yep.
Is this episode because A, the overlays are awesome, but B,
Yeah.
it was just funny.
It was so funny.
This
it was
premise,
so
if you missed
funny.
it, is this is where you come in as a very sweet
Yeah,
sweet
just a,
young
a
lady,
nice lady.
and I come in with a fedora and Cheeto fingers.
and
and
fucking...
and I brought my +1 to our date.
Yeah, which
I
was...
brought my friend a body pillow named Kimmy, and it turns out that body pillow is a very famous anime figure, anime girl
Sure.
on there. And so my friends who actually watch anime were just like, "Yeah, why'd you call this character Kimmy?" And I was just like, I had no fucking clue this body pillow was a character.
Because
from
I'm not
anime.
a fucking incel weeb loser. All right.
No, I just need to watch the show.
No,
but
I didn't.
but I just love this episode so much because there's just so many good things about it.
It was
Like,
so good.
You are so uncomfortable, but you don't know how to get out of the date, and I
Yeah.
can't read a room, and
But
I
we
leave you.
had like this synergy for the ending.
Oh yeah, we had the
We
synergy
were
because
completely on
at
the
the
same
end,
page.
Kimmy disappears and I lose my shit, and I'm trying to find this body pillow, and you're just like, I am out of here. And I was like, no, wait, don't go. You need to help me find my friend. And then at the end, the synergy is that you
I
saved
think I was
Kimmy.
like, yeah. I was driving and I'm like, all right, Kimmy, I'm glad. And I think you like
I telepathically said,
like,
thank you.
yeah, because that was where you were wanting it to go. Was
It
I
was
saved Kimmy.
amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so
love that.
good.
That's an excellent in
Excellent.
my book.
Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely
right
an
there.
excellent.
Excellent.
So then
Okay.
we've got episode 90.
Danny the Potato Plower with recurring guest Bob Buell of 99 Questions.
This is the second episode that I am not in.
You were not in.
I'm
You
not
were
in
not
this one.
And once again, I'm very glad you weren't in this one. No, Bob kills this one. He's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I play a really bad farmer, like not good at farming, and he plays the Dinkelberg, like way better neighbor at plowing and potatoing and whatever goes into farming. And I am a single farmer because my wife and kids are, they leave me essentially because I'm so bad at it. Do you remember this episode? Did you watch it?
Yeah,
I
did
did. So
watch
I'll give you
it, but
a
I don't-
rundown.
yeah,
I'll give you a rundown.
sure.
So yeah, he plays, Dinkelberg from
Yeah,
Fairly Odd Parents.
yeah.
So yeah, he plays like a great neighbor, and he's just very kind and very generous and very awesome. And I'm just like, I fucking hate you.
Right.
And at the end, I pull out this giant potato, like the biggest potato you've ever seen.
I do remember
And I enter it
this.
into a county fair. But as I drive to the county fair, it falls off the tractor, and I get to the county fair and I realize it's missing. And then they announce it's the potato that I harvested.
Yeah.
And the winner is Bob's neighbor character. And he shows up and he goes, hey, I just found this on the side of the road. Like, no hard feeling. He has like this little twist.
Yeah.
And then my ex-wife and the kids come by.
Yes,
and they go,
I do,
I
and
love
they
you so
remember.
much, Dad. And they call him Dad. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
I
So
remember.
this very nice neighbor just steals everything, including my potato. And it's just a fun little twist.
Yeah.
I feel like the energy was just because it's on Zoom, it's hard to get a real high energy. I feel like it could have been better.
Sure.
Since it's Bob, got to give it a B plus,
Give it a B
minus
plus.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That premise is really funny in my books. I love that one.
Amazing. Thank you, Bob.
Bob
You're
is hilarious.
Incredible. And then
Boom.
So then we roll over to episode 91, The Talented Mr. Thankins. This is back from paternity leave for me. You've heard of cowboys riding horses. You've heard of horses walking backwards. Now get ready for cowboys riding horses backwards. You were a gunslinger or a cowboy
Yes.
who's entering a talent show.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can ride horses backwards extremely well.
I'm very good at riding backwards. I do
Yeah.
everything backwards. I go like, pew, 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 and shoot backwards.
So
But
a fun
fun episode.
Yeah, some good shenanigans in there. And yeah. I actually, now that I remember, there was a good bit in there of, I just remember your face. You, like these guys were like, you better not go into the talent show. And you were like, oh yeah, don't worry, I won't. And like, I would laugh and I'd be like, oh, that's funny because he will, but he's telling you he's not going to. That's why it's funny. And I kept blowing it. And every time you would just stare at me like, are you fucking kidding
good.
me?
That's funny. That's funny.
And I kept outing you.
I'm going to throw it in a B.
I'd give it a B.
Give it a B right there.
Yeah, it's a
Sounds
good B.
good. Well, we're going to take a quick pause. So then that leaves us to episode 92, M&A versus Anime Detour. Our most watched episode, I think, besides our original Sausage Pizza video episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was our first live episode.
This was incredible.
It was an
amazing
unbelievable experience.
So
Yeah.
fun.
So awesome.
So high energy. I cracked the joke still cracked me up.
Yeah.
We did lines from a hat, so like we had all the audience members submit
Yep.
lines,
Got
and
some
we just
audience
started reading them
interaction.
off, and it was awesome. And
Met some cool
I
people.
was so scared, and the energy was super awkward for the first like 10 minutes. And as soon as we broke the ice with 9/11,
And
amazing,
immediately, yeah.
amazing, just
Oh,
totally
yeah.
picked it up.
Fun episode, man. Check it out. You have to watch.
That
episode
is a
92.
must-watch. That's
it's
a
an
must-watch.
easy, excellent.
Oh, excellent right there.
easy, excellent. Just fun from start to finish, and some little clips of us kind of fucking around at Anime Detour.
Oh, it was great.
So it was just
Super
a
fun. I absolutely
super
love
awesome
that video.
time. Yeah, absolutely. So
Awesome. Episode 93, Little Lemon Lad.
yeah, Little Lemon Lad. In this episode of M&A's Excellent Adventures, join us as we delve into the extraordinary story of a barista battling a paralyzing fear of lemons.
This is an in-person
This
episode.
is an in-person
We did it,
episode.
yeah.
We did it at the
your
office.
office,
yeah.
yeah. tell the description.
Yeah. So Witness and Hilarious, the heartwarming moments. Is this is an SEO
optimized? Just to give a
one?
rundown.
But yeah, rundown of it is I'm a barista working at a coffee shop, and I'm terrified of lemons. I'm like employee of the fucking millennium. Like I will do anything for this company, but when lemons get involved, I kind of lose my shit. I shut down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not that guy anymore. I get like aggressive. I get too, and it's. So it's just kind of a fun, like almost like a little Hulk type of deal where I'm sweet and then I'm sour, bitch.
I thoroughly love this episode just because it was in person, which was, the energy was fun and it was
so
different.
Fun
and nice.
To be in person.
The twist of just hating lemons because your mom was murdered by a stack of lemons.
That's right. Yeah. I forgot.
And then at the end, you accidentally burn the whole place down because you freak out and your drink goes whoosh and starts a fire. And you destroy the boss's biggest asset. He's like, this is all I have.
Yep.
Yeah, you did that with a smile on your face.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's an A for me.
It's an A. Yeah,
right
great
there.
app. And it was good to be in person again. We had been in Zoom for like
Zoom World.
Fucking like 20 episodes or something. Like to have just kind of an old school natural. Let's just have a good time.
Yeah, now we're back at it.
Yeah.
Zoom felt a lot longer than it was. It was only 12 episodes.
Yeah, it was.
But
well, we jumped back into it too.
And we also had a couple more breaks. We weren't as consistent after Detour, unfortunately.
We both were extremely busy in our personal lives. That it was hard to
There's a lot going on.
All. But back in the shadow again. What would you give that? I'd give it. Oh wait, we said
an A. It's an A for me.
Yeah.
Episode 94.
94 Fancy Pants Crunch.
Can Nolan M keep his restaurant from failing? Can he keep it from falling apart in time for a world-class critic's visit?
Can he do it? And this
Back
is
to Zoom.
a VI podcast, the little community I talked about earlier. Nolan M is one of those podcasts in there. We've also had a few episodes that they'll recognize. I'll use their names or little references to them, but a fun ep. You were the restaurant manager, and I was your very unruly team. My favorite character in that one to play was the one who really wanted to be a Discord kitten, but didn't really know what that
know what that meant. Yeah.
So I was like,
you were the server. We had a server, a cook, and a host.
Yeah,
they were all just bad.
Yeah, the host kept wanting to talk about his injury, but didn't want to like make you.
Really? And then I didn't really want to talk about it.
The cook was like a WWE wrestler, just like super
jazzing into it.
So yeah, that was a fun app. I would give it like a B. I think it was fun.
That's fair.
Yeah,
B. That's totally fair. So then we'll give it a solid B, episode 94, which means we're on episode 95, Resume Ramifications. And this episode is fun. It is an episode where you play an intern.
Yep.
And you are very unqualified for a job, but you fluff your resume so much so that you get a meeting on the 99th floor of a skyscraper. And the twist is that you're afraid of heights.
Yes.
You're afraid of heights. And the CEO wants to talk to you because you have such a good background, I guess, according to your resume, that you can alter the trajectory of DuckDuckGo, which is you're going to take DuckDuckGo to new heights with their new AR flying simulator.
Yep.
And the only way you can capture that is in the sky.
In the sky. So you put me in a helicopter.
You're a helicopter.
And I am freaking out the whole time trying to do this job interview while just having a total fucking panic attack.
My favorite part of this is every time you're just like, I don't know if I can do this. And you're all like, well, it says in your resume that you can't. You have like a stacked up resume of stuff that you can do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just like, it's a good app.
It was awesome.
Yeah, fun time. Where would you throw it?
Well, my favorite part is the ending where we parachute because your resume says that you're a skydiver.
Oh, that's right.
We parachute, we land in the middle of the field, and I say, all right, now take me home. And you just kind of very sadly point. That's like a B plus, A minus for me.
Yeah, that is a good.
So I think you're right. We are getting better as time goes on. These are fun premises.
Yeah. That brings us to episode 96, The Hazing of Charles Parsley. How far will one observational comedian go to get into the frat of his dreams? This was a fun app. I got, I had Anthony. I allowed him to play his favorite kind of comedian, being an observational comedian.
Like a Jerry Seinfeld, like. Hey, what's up with this garage space? You put your cars in there so that they can sleep? What's up with that?
So it was pretty fun. I didn't realize until we were recording the image I used for the kegger was a guy violently vomiting, and I didn't realize that until we were recording.
I thought this was a fun episode.
Yeah,
I think
it was a fun
It was
episode. It was a
good.
good time.
It was chill. It was
the
fun.
twist ending
The
of
twist.
it ends at the parade where Jerome Platsfield killed everybody.
Yes.
At the end of his first episode.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good
it's
little full circle.
little crossover, full circle there. So that was kind of a fun ending.
I'd give it like a B+.
I'd give it a B+.
B+ right there.
B+ is totally fair.
So then we have episode 97, Fishy Proposal.
Yes.
And this is hilarious for me because you are a lovesick goober who loves his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is very clearly cheating on him.
Yeah.
And my favorite part is that she's a mermaid, but she's not like a mermaid. She's
it's the flipped
she's a
up
reverse
it's
mermaid.
human legs.
Yeah,
and
human
fish
legs,
story.
fish head. And I am playing your friend, and I'm just like, gosh, she's really not that great, you know? And you're just like, no, I love Speckles.
Yeah.
She is so
And she shows
she's
up
so
to the
amazing.
restaurant with another guy.
With another guy, and you're
And
just
I'm
like,
like,
oh, she
it's
has so
cool.
many guy friends. She's so great. I fucking love when you're just like, all right, I love you. She goes, yeah, okay. And you're just like, oh, she doesn't like PDA. She doesn't like PDA.
she's just not. I'm just riddled with excuses.
So good.
The
That's an A
ending
for
was amazing.
Yeah, you implode.
I just
at the
die
end.
at the fucking end. It was so good.
The
I
pressure,
give it an A.
The pressure of the ocean crushes you when you try to talk to her father about proposing.
I just fucking die.
Yeah, that's
that was
an
great.
A for
That was
me.
an
A for me.
Yeah, so then we roll on to episode 98. What's love got to do with AI? I really enjoyed this episode here. This is one where Anthony is this like ultra rich AI developer who is living his luxurious life, but he's missing love. But he falls in love with his AI personal AI assistant. But she might not feel the same way.
No, I don't think she does because she's an AI.
She's an AI,
But,
she wasn't programmed to love you in the way that you love her. So
and I could not get her to.
So you try to prove your
Chadliness.
your chadliness by entering the Riz games, and you have a Riz off, and you win. But yeah, that was just a fun ep, and put us in the pretty good time.
Yeah.
And then you went on the date. You won the date with her, and she said it was adequate.
It was adequate.
And,
I
that,
went, yes.
and you're like, yes, and that's it.
It was like a B+.
Yeah, it was like a B+.
Like a B+
app.
right
It was a
there.
good
It was
app.
good. It was good. So then we have finally episode 99.
Baby.
Oh, wait. No. How do you write 9? 99. 99. Pop-up pandemonium. And we just recorded this 2 weeks ago before we started recapping everything.
Yep.
This is more like a setup arc.
Kind of.
It's kind of a setup episode because it's very simple. You're just a guy who has mysterious, sexy pop-ups pop up on his computer. Your classic, like, local moms in your area.
Yeah.
Or, like,
there were some strange ones.
hentai kittens or, like,
Right, like
a bunch
hentai
of
kittens
feet
is-
or, all sorts of stuff. So.
Yeah, well, feet's normal.
No, yeah, right. No. Sorry. Popcorn was the weird one.
Thank you. Popcorn, odd.
Popcorn.
Feet,
But yeah, so it has all these pop-ups come up, and I'm playing the IT guy, and I'm trying to fix it. And then at the end, it's revealed you have a virus from a certain secret folder on your computer. And when everybody thinks it's something terrible, it is, because it's a whole folder filled with Mickey the Rat.
Yes.
And boom.
Boom.
It ends with, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yep.
And we don't know where that's going to lead.
We don't know exactly what that means.
So yeah, I think the story's simple.
Simple, easy. It still
B.
leads for some fun moments of B. I was fully prepared because the character's last name was Snickerbottom. And I thought I was going, because I was like, all right, if Anthony's throwing it in my court as to what's in the secret folder, it will be people putting Snickers in their ass. So I had that in the chamber ready to fucking go. And then when you revealed Mickey the Rat, I was like, okay.
That would have made it an A. That would have made it an A right there. Oh man, almost
Me
an A.
having the weirdest fucking fetish.
Snickers
No
in the
offense, I
ass.
guess, to anyone. But yeah, putting people just shoving Snickers up there.
So Wow. All right. So almost 4 hours of recording later.
Yeah, we
covered
finally got
all
through
episodes.
everything.
all 99
99
episodes. So
of them.
one to episode 99. And
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
you're right. We really improved in this
Yeah,
latter
I think
half.
so.
Yeah. I guess there was a lot of bangers in here that I didn't even remember.
Yeah, we
I,
didn't have any Fs, which was nice. No,
No
Fs in the latter.
We
50
had 2 or
40
3
minutes.
Fs in the first
original,
half,
yeah.
in the original half. So yeah, I gotta just say I'm proud of us for this.
Me too.
Really good.
Yeah, me too.
So what does that mean for our beautiful listeners then, Michael?
What it means is this is the last step on the journey to episode 100.
Yeah, I guess we can't prolong it anymore. We actually have to
We
sort
actually
this out
have
and
to
figure out, what we're
how
gonna
to
do.
do this. Yeah, it's a big deal. There's a lot going on here. A lot of prep work went into it, but it's also been super fun to just kind of go back and revisit. For any new listeners too, this episode and the previous 2 are a great way to kind of just catch up if you just want to jump into 100. You can see some of our highlights, and we'll talk about we talked about the multiverse a couple episodes ago too to help you on the journey
the
to that.
lore alive,
But,
figuring out
keep
what
the
we're
lore
doing.
alive. But it's been fun to just be like, damn, like all these moments that we just fucking made up on the spot are like things I still think and talk about today that were nothing at the time because we're just saying shit.
Well,
And it was like,
what I like about this is I've been saying this since episode fucking like 5, right? This is going to be the longest journal of our lives.
Yes, absolutely.
We started this before the 2020 election.
Yeah.
We started this when the world was shut down.
Yep.
We didn't even know if we were supposed to be sitting next to each other in the same room at that point.
Yeah.
You didn't have any kids.
Nope. We weren't even trying for kids.
Anna and I didn't even have our first year anniversary yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all very fresh. It was
Very
like,
fresh. We probably hung out for maybe a year before.
Maybe.
Yeah. We started hanging out in
Yeah.
like October of 2019, I think. So
yeah.
it was like
So it was
2020
right
when we
around
recorded.
there that we,
But-
yeah.
We just built an audio studio
Yep.
that we broke even on and then never did anything else with that. But my favorite part is we've done so much in the last 3 years practically. It's
Yeah.
2023 now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and thinking about it too. I mean, we I mean, we've said in multiple episodes and stuff, but like we started at my desk in my little home office, right next to each other, with one little cheap Yeti microphone in between us,
Yeah, we
and
got
just
this.
leaning in back and forth, and that was
was it.
everything. So now, yeah, we've like
we got
built a
little
studio.
set.
We have a set. We've got.
It's nostalgic to think about.
We're exponentially better. We got video episodes.
Yeah.
Like it's just like from point A to point B.
If
man.
you've been here since the very beginning, I don't believe you, but
yeah,
because unless my mother's watching or your mother's watching, but thank you. If you just started watching at episode
Seriously.
50, amazing, thank you. But if you're just watching this and you're just like, what the hell? How can they do a tier list of 99 episodes and this is like one of the first few episodes you've watched? Check out our excellent videos.
Yeah,
We'll link
check
them down
out.
below.
They're a great place to start and get the energy of what the show is.
And how everything's going to link up to episode
Right.
100. And we got to have like a big kegger celebration for episode 100. when it
Yeah, we'll have to
finally
have
debuts.
some big thing
We have
going
like a
on.
watch party
Yeah.
practically. That'd be awesome. So,
Yeah, but go back. I mean, they're just fun stories, and it's a good time if you need, a little like, you're commuting to work and you just want something to make you not miserable about going to work.
Yeah.
I'd throw on one of our stories where we talk about, blowing customers to better sell tacos, man. Like,
Yeah, these are things-
It's just like crazy, but it's just fun, good time. And
this is the episode 100 is going to be the end of season 1.
yeah.
And we're going to figure out how we're going to make season 2 even better after that. So,
Absolutely. I think the goal from the beginning was to try to make this as fun to listen to as it is to make.
yeah.
And I definitely think we've
I think
done
so.
that.
I think so.
I think so. So thank you again, everybody,
Absolutely.
for sticking with us.
So on that note,
And fuck you to everybody who left.
mm,
I have to have
I'd like to say-
some insincerity in there.
thank you very much for watching and supporting us through these 3 years. And we look forward to 3 more years and maybe 4 or 5. We'll find out. Thanks so much for watching.
knows?
Bye-bye.
Kisses. And a garage door.
Wow. We've done so